Hey guys, I am Jay, son of Lane. Yes, you read the title correctly. But before you click away, hear me out. I swear I'm a fan of these games. I've been playing them for over 10 years. I've poured my heart into countless artworks. Cosplays? Hell, I've even entered a Vati video competition or two. But see, I have this affliction. Going all the way back to the first Dark Souls, I'd play for 40 hours, overcoming boss and bullshittery, struggling through a broken and hopeless world, getting halfway through the game, and then I get burnt out and stop playing. Dark Souls? Fought my way to Anor Londo on the footsteps of the very gods themselves, and stopped. 2 was announced and I came back with a fiery passion to beat it, starting a whole new adventure in the sequel, and then it happened again. I just moved on with my life. This has consistently happened with every Soulsborne title, but with Elden Ring, it was definitely my largest break. A whole 2 years. But when I saw the Shadow of the Erdtree trailer, that old feeling came creeping back.
It is time.
This isn't a review of Elden Ring. I mean, late for that. But I wanted to share my experience coming back, the thoughts I had along the way, and maybe give a little summary at the end. So if you think it's something you'd enjoy, please like, subscribe, comment. Let's return to Elden Ring together. Jumping back in, it looks like I stopped right after the Mimic Tier fight. Good God, what am I wearing? Hey, don't look there. In my defense, it's not Elon levels of bad, but I can't say I follow any optimal builds or strategies. In the earlier games, I never really dabbled in sorcery because of the limited spell slots. So this time I gave it a go and leaned into a spell sword focusing on gravitational magic. Coming back, I knew I wasn't even looking at another mine or Erdtree catacomb. This map is so huge, I didn't really want to clear everything like I normally would. But soon after, another realization dawned on me. Oh, God. I have to relearn this shit. Wait, how do you duel it again? Wait, no, that's the shield. Oh, God! Die! 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 Alright. To get my bearings, I decided to continue the path my previous self was treading and follow Ranni's questline to relearn the mechanics. And, well, yes, you're right, I'm a simp for Ranni. I mean, I've got a Bloodborne tattoo. It's my favorite in the series. I'm pretty much predisposed to love me some dolls. Wait, that sounds kind of bad out of context. Wait, it's not what you think! No, babe! No! A lot of people have different opinions on the environmental storytelling in these games. And for the most part, I really enjoy it. But in an open world like this, holy f***, I tried to play this without the wiki, but like with Millicent, you have to go to all these areas and locations to progress her story. And that's fine, this follows along a normal path players would take progressing the game. But, you know, all of this, I missed an item in this one little area and basically ruined the entire questline. And believe me when I say, without the wiki, I would never have come back to this cleared boss area, let alone rest at it again, in the hopes that it's the trigger to spawn her. Another thing that confused me at the start and 2 years later were all these names. I mean, I couldn't tell my Melenas from my Malenias. So for anyone confused like I was, I've prepared a quick little visual aid that should clear everything right up. It all began with Marika, who married Godfrey, the first Elden Lord, and they started the golden lineage with Godwyn and descendants like Godric, along with the Omen twins Morgott and Mohg, but they don't count because they're
Holy bastards.
now somewhere over here-ish. Rennala of Carian royalty married Radagon of the Golden Order, who were essentially rivals in power. This is important later. Together they had Radahn, Rykard, and Ranni, who actually slayed her Empyrean flesh and conspired the death of Godwyn the Golden with a fragment of the Rune of Death. This, of course, becoming the first death amongst the demigods. And I mention all of this just to say, this is why she's a
Blue dog.
What was I talking about? Oh, the names, right. Now, Radagon ditched his wife Rennala to get with Marika, who is basically the god of this world at this point, and has long since banished her husband Godfrey and taken his golden grace. God damn, imagine being dumped by God. This guy knows what I'm talking about. So Radagon and Marika together had Malenia, Miquella, and Makima of the Devil Hunters. Wait, that's an anime! God, pull it together, Jay! But Radagon and Marika had a secret. All this time, they were the same person. Or became the same person? I don't know. And so the twins they had were born cursed. Miquella eternally a child, while Malenia was forever decaying from scarlet rot. All this because of self-incest, maybe? Oh, that's the part that George R. R. Martin wrote. And there we have it. A near-complete pantheon of the lands between. And I hope that cleared everything up because I needed all these Vati Vidyas to learn the difference between these. Now, at the time of release, there was this shadow looming over the horizon that you couldn't escape. Malenia, Blade of Miquella. She was dubbed one of the hardest bosses in Soulsborne history, with whole personalities like "Let me solo her" forming in her wake. Finally, after all this time, 2 years of her name spoken in fear and umbrage, I found my way to the roots of Miquella's Erdtree.
I dreamt for so long. My flesh was dull gold, and my blood rotted. Corpse after corpse left in my wake. As I awaited his return. Heed my words. I am Malenia, Blade of Miquella. And I have never known defeat.
Aside from the waterfowl dance, going into the fight, everything was a mystery to me. So the lifesteal on every hip was definitely a surprise. Up to this point, I'd been relying on my mimic tier to distract enemies while I unleashed sorceries. Well, you can throw that plan out the window. He's a walking blood bag and can't dodge anything. You may have heard of the 5 stages of grief, or more fittingly, Malenia's paths of pain.
You make me sick.
No. This isn't right. It can't be a skill issue. It's my build. Of course, it's my build.
Coward.
In my playthrough, I wasn't looking up strategies on how to beat the bosses, so I started experimenting. I tried poison and a blood ash of war to see how they affected her. And on my first run with the bleeding build, it annihilated her health, and I finally broke through to the 2nd stage.
Now, rot.
Albeit briefly. This became a trend that didn't. I could get to her 2nd phase, but never consistently. I even tried a great sword build to see how it'd stagger her, and well, I've always wanted to play as Guts. I fully upgraded the Dragon Slayer by going on a side quest for the level 1 smithing stone bearing that I missed. And it helped. For a minute. Oh! What? Oh! Oh! God damn it! Oh God! Listen, Al-Qaib! Help me! It's not a build issue! Fuck! And here we are. You found me in the depths of despair, dying again and again, never once dodging. What a foul dance. We now arrive at the 3rd stage of grief, bargaining, where I did the unthinkable. I asked for help, and you're already laughing, because in grief, bargaining gets you nowhere, and you have to follow all 5 stages. But it worked. On the 1st attempt! Thank you, Joel!
Cheese for everyone!
You know, guys, looking back on this whole ordeal, I'm just glad I kept a level head and knew that this was a true test of my skills. I think the meaning in Malenia is that you can overcome anything with enough grit and determination never to give up. That it was just a build issue, and I am perfect and amazing in every...
Coward, you weak, pathetic creature.
No.
You make me sick.
Stop it!
Hiding. Hiding from who you truly
Shut up!
are. You can't
No!
escape yourself. Out am I?
You know, it's strange to claim you love a series you have to take breaks from. And it doesn't happen to me with any other game type. But maybe that's it. No series makes you feel the way the Soulsborne games do. Well, ignore these copies, Fromsoft did it first. Expanding into a huge open world was the stuff of dreams while playing Bloodborne or Dark Souls. And they pulled it off without having to resort to mindless filler or collectathons like any open world Ubisoft title. The Soulsborne games tend to have a running theme of stagnation. Once great empires falling to ruin from gods or rulers trying to forestall the inevitability of change. The Age of Fire, immortality, divine blood and stolen, destined death. We always find ourselves in the aftermath of once great civilizations, and as a result we only get scraps of what happened through items and limited character interactions.
Maidenless.
I personally enjoy this type of storytelling. You can fill the gaps in with your imagination, whereas being told everything doesn't leave a lot of room for that. Fromsoft excels in creating amazing interconnected worlds with fascinating histories. I mean, this time around they had a whole ass pantheon made by the great. I honestly don't really have anything negative to say about Elden Ring. Sure, the catacombs can be monotonous, and whatever this is. But even gripes some players had in the past, like corpse running, are fixed with the Stake of Marika system. I mean, maybe they could take notes from the seamless co-op mod with 1.5 million downloads. That's pretty much it, guys. I'm finally caught up and ready for Shadow of the Erdtree. I definitely didn't plan on waiting 2 years to come back for the DLC, but I think if interviews are anything to go by, it's going to be worth the wait. I'm really keen to finally learn more about Miquella, explore these new lands,
Right now is
plethora of new Vati vidges, and meet this Mesmer. Red of hair, Might need to revisit the family tree next time, Thanks for watching, guys. And if you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, and comment. I guess all that's really left to say is, yes, they really were testicles. We were running around with bloody horned balls in our bag. 10 out of 10 game. Release Bloodborne for PC, you cowards.
Damn. Came out real quick, bro. Damn. I'm about to quit. Really hard to get my phone out of my jeans. I know where you live. I'm about to find your ass, bro. I don't even need Doritos anymore. And steal some shit. Yeah, you know, man. Life comes at you quick.